part two of using Canvas is setting up the modules or the units that we'll be using in order to create digital badges. Again, in my thinking, and the only way I've seen it work so far, because I had to figure it out, is that one module equals one badge is the way I think about it. So when you think about what are the assignments, what are the skills that I need for a student to earn a badge, that is all of those things are what make up a module. And that will, of course, be covered in some other parts of this class of how to do that. But once you're ready to do that, here's how you create those modules. So I'm going to jump on over to, not that one, that's the one I'm currently working on, my test course. And when I'm in my test course, I have 0 things created. In fact, it's not even published yet, right? So I'm going to create a module, and I want to call this module African Geography. This is a thing where you can say when you want the module to be accessible to students. So you can create them, but then lock them, and then have them unlock at particular times of the day, or I mean of the school year. I'm going to add that module. So as you add modules, more and more modules, European Geography. This is obviously World Geography class. Did you see that last thing when it said add prerequisite? So what if in order to do particularly France geography, they need to have done the European geography overall, or what if there's an order? So you can say, no, first you have to do this one, and this other one's going to be locked until you get the prerequisite done. So that's pretty cool that it has some of those features in it. So first of all, notice this little mark right here, same symbol as over here. These modules are not visible to students until you actually publish them. So until you click them, now it's published. It has nothing in it, but students could theoretically see it. So the other thing I should say is you can easily move these around. So is it going to let me? Maybe because they're not published yet. But you can change the order of your modules and stuff like that pretty easily. So I'm going to add, so I already created an assignment. Well, I didn't really, but I did it as a test for myself. So either you have created the assignments on your own using the assignments tab, and then you'll see them here, or you can just create a new assignment. Before you even go to that, what else can you do? So you can create quizzes. You can create files, which would just be downloads, I guess. Pages, which is where I put any notes and things I want them to do. Discussions. The text header I find really interesting because you can create some things that you want them to say. Or kind of announcements. Announcement. This is fun. And now we have that. Oh, I'm going to publish it. So now they can see that. Sometimes I create an announcement that's like, this badge is under progress, because I've wanted to put it there. I want them to see it's going to be there, but it's not ready yet. The external ones, we're going to get into that when we get into Google Drive and how to use Google Drive and Google Classroom, like assignment kinds of things in Canvas. But for right now, we're going to make an assignment. The assignment maybe is called Mapping Africa, because I already made it. Indentation, you can make things that look like they're subcategories of other things. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the root level of African geography. I also have a quiz that I already created. Not really, I just put the name of it. Otherwise, you create, new quiz. And you see these little symbols here. And so why don't I go ahead and add a page as well. So in order to become an expert master of African geography, I want them to do an assignment about mapping. I want them to take a quiz, an online assessment about mapping Africa, and I want them to have some notes about Africa. In fact, wouldn't it make more sense if they did the notes first, so I can quickly do that? I can get rid of anything at any time, of course, by doing that. Yes, I want to remove that. I can edit the assignment, which is just the title. And we'll get into, because you can change that as well when you make the assignment. But In fact, if I click on it, it would go into making the assignment, which we're not going to do quite yet. But that's how you create things in your modules. So again, you're thinking about to yourself, what are the things I want them to do in order to earn a badge? And what's really cool then is you come up over here and you edit the module. And what you do here is you say, in order to successfully complete this module, here's the requirements I want you to do. So maybe they have to at least view the notes. So if they don't view the notes, they haven't learned, they haven't shown mastery yet. So I could click that. I could say, I want you to do this assignment and I want you to submit it. Or I usually do this, I usually say, I want you to score. Now, once I create the assignment, it will automatically say how many points the assignment's worth, and I would say 9 out of 10 or 90%, something like that. So that will come up, but since I don't have the assignment yet, you can't see that. And then I want you to complete the quiz, and again, I want you to score on the quiz a 9 out of 10 or whatever it might be. So that's how you set this up. Once we create our badges that are going to map to this, each of these modules we create, the badges get awarded when they get checks on all of the things that you've told them here in the requirements. So this page is really important. What's going to be interesting for the students, of course, now I'm going to publish it. Again, I have told students to do work that I haven't actually published. If I publish this, it publishes all of the things within it. But I've had what the students are going to see is almost something like these check marks. They're going to have like a red X if they didn't do it, or sometimes an empty circle or a red X if they didn't get the full grade they need, and then they're going to get a check mark when they have completed it. And so they can quickly check and see, oh, here's the assignment I have to do yet. I didn't get the right grade on it, and so I have to go back and fix it. And when they get all the check marks, then when they go to their badges, which again we'll set up in a little bit, then they're ready to get the badge. And so that's what guides them through. And again, if like this was maybe this one was locked until they get another one done, it will then light up and say, oh, you've completed all the assignments you needed for this one, so now you can get into this one, and then it will light up for them and let them in. I'm pretty sure they can see at any time with these drop down things what's in the assignment. Even if it's locked, they can take a look and see what's in it. So that will work for them as well. So that's creating modules. It's pretty self-explanatory, except it did take me a long time to find out where to do the requirements, which is probably the most important thing when it comes to digital badges. So you can play around with that and enjoy creating more and more modules.